Stella had never imagined that silence could become poison. For 5 years she had lived with her husband, Ryan, in a small peaceful town. From the outside everything seemed perfect. Ryan was kind, attentive, and caring. But inside, Stella's world was slowly unraveling. For the past few months, Stella had been feeling increasingly unwell. Headaches gnawed at her temples, sudden dizziness struck, and a fatigue heavier than sleep itself clung to her. Doctors could not explain it. Every test came back normal. Every visit ended with sympathetic smiles and gentle reassurances, yet Stella felt herself weakening day by day. Every night, Ryan gave her a small white pill. "It's just a vitamin," he said, placing his hand on her forehead and whispering a prayer. Stella would drift into a deep, dreamless sleep. But now she noticed her strength fading. Around this time her sister Emma came to stay for a few weeks. Emma had always been quiet, but now there was something different in her presence. She watched Ryan closely, making Stella uneasy despite herself. One night everything changed. Ryan gave Stella the usual white pill, but her trembling hands caused it to fall. Ryan quickly handed her another, smiling. Stella pretended to sleep, but something felt terribly wrong. Minutes later, Ryan was no longer in bed. The house was eerily silent. Then she heard a laugh, soft and familiar, coming from Emma's room. Against every instinct screaming at her to run, Stella moved toward the sound. The door creaked open. There they were, Ryan and Emma, too close. Stella's mind cleared like a blade. She wasn't sick. The vitamins, the weakness, the fatigue, it had all been planned. The next day, Stella acted as if nothing had happened. She smiled, chatted, and told Ryan she was feeling better. Oblivious, he relaxed. That night, when Ryan reached for the usual pill, Stella did not give it to him. Instead, she dropped one of the same pills she had been given into his glass of water. Minutes later, Ryan collapsed, convulsing violently. Emma screamed, but it was too late. Stella remained calm, her eyes cold and unyielding. The police later ruled it an accident. Days passed. Emma suddenly disappeared. No note. No explanation. Months went by, and the town whispered about strange, lingering smells from Stella's house. Eventually, authorities forced open the basement. What they found was horrifying. Emma's body rotting in darkness. On the wall, written in blood, were the words, "Silent women don't cry. They take their revenge." Stella continued to live in the town, calm, quiet, unassuming, always polite. But at night, she kept the little white pills close. Not for Ryan, not for anyone else, for herself. A reminder. Promise. A lesson. Silence had been her poison, but now it was her weapon. She had learned the truth. Sometimes the ones who seem weakest are the ones you should fear most. Because silent women do not cry. They watch, they wait, and they remember.